Okay, I'm just going to press record and we are going to get started. So hello everybody and welcome to the Blueprint to Get Hired as an ESL Teacher. And this is the November Masterclass because we're almost at the end of November. Soon it's going to be December. And so this is a great time to get started as an online teacher in the online space, because you can start your new year as a new online teacher. So now is a perfect opportunity and a perfect time to actually get started. So often people put off things towards this time of the year and think I'm going to get started next year. But this is really genuinely a busy time in the ESL industry, and you can already get yourself started and up and going before the new year starts. So let's have a look, and you can all let me know where you are tuning in from, and maybe you can also let me know if you can hear me okay. That would be good. I have muted everybody and I will unmute you at the end, and you are welcome to ask questions as we go along through the evening, but maybe just pop in the chat box where you guys are all tuning in from, and I'm going to grab a sip of my coffee here. Let's have a look where you're heading from. Okay, Tina from Joburg. Great, thank you. Glad you can hear me. Okay, Cape Town in the house. Great. Durban. Awesome. Potchefstroom. Great. Winnie from Mpumalanga. Great. Glad you guys can all hear me. Okay, and I'm Kathy, and I am from Port Alfred in the Eastern Cape. Poonam, I know you, Poonam. From Stanger in KZN. Okay. Good, guys, and welcome to tonight's training. Okay, if you've been, I know Poonam, you've been before and you're in my membership. So for everyone else, if this is your first time, then maybe just pop I'm new in the box, or so that I know who is new. And if this is your first time, then that's great. And if you've been here before, then say and let me know so I know who's new and who isn't new. That would be awesome for me just to know who's here. Okay, so when are you new? Great. Okay, good. Okay, so I see almost everybody it's your first time joining us here tonight. Okay, great. Awesome. Let's get started. Okay, so as we go along, when you have questions, pop it in the comment box and I will go between what I'm talking about and trying to answer your questions as we go. So if you have a burning question you want to ask, pop it in the comment box and I definitely will get to it. There will also be a 10-minute Q&A at the end of the session, which will give you a chance just to ask any questions that you want. And I will be able to answer those questions as well then at the end. But as we go along, we can also be interactive and answering some questions as we go. Okay, and I'm actually, if you're wondering, I'm using... Oh, okay, Candace, great. Okay, so maybe you might have heard some of this stuff already if you have been to my previous 2 workshops. But if you've got questions as we go, Candace, just pop them in the question box and let me know what your questions are. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to show you how to confidently shift from being overworked, underpaid, and undervalued as a teacher to having a thriving online business. That's what you're aiming for in the end. That allows you to work fewer hours while earning more than double your previous salary. That's what your aim is. That's what you want to get to eventually. Okay, so maybe you won't start there right in the beginning, but that's going to be your end goal. You will learn how I joined the industry and became a successful online teacher, and I've taught more than 15,000. I really need to update this. Online lessons. It's a lot of lessons. And I can show you how to do that as well. You can also pop in the comment box if you are already teaching online or if you're just thinking about it, so that I know if you are already teaching. That would be great too. Okay, so let's look at some reasons. Okay, Tina, great. What company are you? Maybe pop what company. If you're teaching online already, pop what company you are teaching with. Palfish. Okay, well, that's a great company to start off with. Okay, so reason number 1, you're an online teacher that maybe you lost your job, okay, when everything moved and the knock-on effect of China changing all their laws and they're becoming like an oversupply of teachers, or your hours got less, or your money went drastically down. Okay, this happened to a whole lot of people that were teaching before COVID happened. Okay, and I was in this I started teaching in 2019, and in about 2021 there was a whole reshuffling with China. That changed their laws, and we suddenly had to look for some other places to teach at, because maybe your company started giving you less pay for the same amount of hours you were working before. Okay, reason number 2 is you're already a teacher, a traditional teacher. Like I was a teacher for 25 years before I started teaching online. And you're tired of teaching back-to-back lessons with very little free time. And now you just want to take your skills out of the classroom and into the online classroom and create your own freedom-filled online teaching business so that you can have more time and more money freedom as well. I think being a traditional classroom teacher is a really stressful job, and you get to a stage where you just get tired of doing it and you want to have a change. That's how I got to that stage. Okay, or maybe you fall into this bracket that you are an educator at heart. You've always wanted to be a teacher. You wanted to get started, but you're just not sure how to go about it. You've never taught before. You've never tried anything like it before, but you really, really want to teach. Okay, so which one are you? Do you fit into number 1? You're a teacher who's tired of the low pay and high stressful environment of working for a company that just doesn't value your services and you get paid peanuts? Or are you number 2, a traditional teacher who wants to take their skills online by starting as an online teacher? Or are you option number 3? You're an educator at heart and you want to find out how to go about getting started as an ESL teacher. Okay, let's see. Tina, I know you are number 1. I think Powerfish changed like what they used to pay teachers. Like they pay less now than what they used to pay before. When the educator at heart but not sure how to go about it. Okay, great. Okay. Number 3, Candace. Good. Okay. So no one's is a traditional teacher here tonight that was teaching before, like in a traditional classroom. Okay, let's have a look over here. So what, okay, been assisting teaching for 3 years. Okay, that's great, because you can use that assistant teaching. You can use that to your advantage. And, okay, Tina, you had 17 years experience teaching. Okay, and Poonam, you're teaching in a traditional classroom. And the teaching assistant, like being a teaching assistant is great because you can still use that. You can use like how many hours you've taught as a teaching assistant, try and work out like amounts of hours that you might have been teaching assistant, and you can use that for experience of teaching. That's really great. So like you have to think outside the box and really look and see what you can use that can count as experience. Okay, so we have 2 different ways. Okay, you can like really want to start teaching online, but you decide not to start teaching online. Like you continue to work for a school or a company where you feel stuck, and you stay in your current situation of being overworked and unpaid, or you don't grow, you don't evolve, you don't adapt with the time. Okay, and you don't upskill yourself to stretch beyond the confinements of traditional like teaching. You stay an employee who works hard just to fill someone else's pockets because it feels safe to do that, maybe. Okay, you continue to lack freedom and you only have 2 weeks of vacation a year, and you still feel uninspired, demotivated, and you feel unhappy. And a year from now, you find yourself in exactly the same position as what you are in now, because you just haven't done anything to change your situation. Or maybe you have path number 2, where you decide to start teaching online and start your journey towards your own teaching business. You get to decide what, where, who, and how you teach. You claim back your power as a teacher, and you commit to making life-altering changes in the way that you teach and in the way that you live. You upskill yourself to stretch beyond the confinements of traditional teaching. You invest in yourself through learning business and marketing skills, because you're going to definitely need that. You invest in your education through mentors, business coaches, and courses, and you love what you teach. You become inspired and motivated by the world of opportunities and the possibilities available to you. And in a year's time, you realize, wow, I had the power in my hands all along, and you're in awe of the life that you have created for yourself. So, like, what path would you choose? Would you choose path number 1? Like, you don't start teaching online and you continue, oops, let me let this person in, and you continue feeling overworked, uninspired, unhappy, stressed, and unfulfilled. Or path number 2, where you start teaching online and you work towards creating a life by your own design and creating your dream life with freedom, time, and money as a teacher, as an online teacher. Like, what path do you choose? Like, often people think path number 1 is like a safe path, right? Like, because if you like just stay exactly how you are, like, you know what you're going to be getting, you know your salary, you know all of those things. But it's scary to go to path number 2. But path number 2 is your freedom path, the path that's going to help you to, yes, exactly. Path number 1 is a routine. Okay, and it's easy to get stuck in that routine. It's so difficult to sometimes make that switch and make that change, because it's scary out there. You don't know what to expect. But if you do make that change and you do create this different life for yourself, and you start teaching online and working towards creating a life by your own design, imagine the life you can create for yourself in a couple of years' time. It's going to be better than stuck in that classroom with 40 kids in a class, or whatever kind of job that you're currently busy doing. Okay, so take a moment to imagine what your life would be like if you escaped the current restraints that you are in, and you could start a teaching business that allowed you more time and money freedom, that allowed you to create a life by your own design, and that you're in control of how much you work and how much you earn. Okay, this is what you could work towards as an online teacher. Okay, this is your ultimate goal. Okay, so like maybe you start working for a teaching company in the beginning, where maybe you get paid a little bit less than what you would like to get paid, but you're working towards moving up to that marketing platform where you're going to get paid, and you can set your own hours, and you can set your own pay, to eventually being able to have your own private students, which is where you're going to start really making the money. You can start scheduling your own schedule and deciding how much you want to work. And if you want to go take your laptop with you while you're working online, that's great. You pick up your laptop and you can work in another country. It's not to mean to say you have to stay in your home. You can go and work from anywhere. Okay, so learning the skills and knowledge is essential to becoming an online teacher and moving into eventually becoming a teacher business owner, which is the golden ticket to freedom that you desire. Okay, a lot of people think that being a traditional teacher means that you can easily become an online teacher, but being an online teacher is completely different to being a traditional classroom teacher, because a classroom teacher, you do all the talking most of the time and your students are listening to you. But whereas when you're an online teacher, you're going to let your students do most of the talking and you are giving a little bit of your input. Okay, so your ratio is like 70-30, 70% student talking time and 30% teacher talking time. Whereas when you're in a traditional classroom, maybe it's 90% teacher talking time and 10% student talking time, right? So an online teaching business allows you to earn what you are worth and to free you up so that you can spend more time with the loved ones and you can do things that you are really passionate about. But your first step is getting prepared so that you can get hired as an online teacher. There's quite a lot of things that you have to do in the beginning to really make sure that everything is all in order and that you're going to be able to stand out from the crowd. Okay, so for me, when I started this journey. I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning, but I really had that unwavering determination that I wanted to learn the skills and the strategies that I needed to be a successful online teacher. And I can promise you the first day that I started, it was terrible. I hated it. I said, I'd rather eat a cactus than do this again. But luckily I stuck it out because I had no one that helped me and showed me the way and told me what to do. I thought, I've been a teacher for 25 years. This is so easy. I'm going to walk into this and it's going to be a breeze. And it wasn't like that at all. So now I have formulated a step-by-step. Oh, let me just let this person in quickly. Now I have formulated a step-by-step strategy and guide to help new online teachers get ahead and get started quicker so that you can start benefiting from your business a lot faster. Okay. So my name is Kathy, and I did tell you that in the beginning, hopefully. And I have 2 online teaching business. Okay, one where I teach my students and one where I help new teachers become online teachers and mentor them and help them to get ahead. I love traveling, reading, meeting people from different countries. That's why I really like online teaching. I love family life and having time to spend with my family. I love to set goals and I love to achieve them. So setting goals and achieving goals is very important to me. And I like to help other people to do the same. I'm extremely passionate about helping teachers create freedom in their lives and the way that they teach. Okay, so for me, I started my first online teaching job in 2019. So I've been doing it since 2019. And then I've quit my full-time ESL online job to start working for an online teaching platform, or a marketing platform, which allowed me to earn more per hour. And since then, I became a teaching mentor on that platform and then moved into doing it as my own business and have helped hundreds of teachers start to earn an income online. So where it started, I was in a traditional classroom teaching back-to-back lessons, you know how it is, feeling like you're almost on a hamster wheel every day, teaching material that you have to do year in and year out. And I just was tired of it. I was tired of the pressure of working in a traditional school. So I quit my traditional teaching job and I created my 2 online businesses. I create my own schedule. I schedule my work to fit around my lifestyle. So because I've been doing it, for 6 years now. Wow, 6 years. I've been doing it for 6 years. Okay, so I've worked my way up and I have a lot of private students now and I can take my own schedule. If I need a day off at some stage, I can let my students know. I can reschedule all my things and it's easy to fit it around my lifestyle. I stopped trading my time for where you're going to probably start there, okay? And I started at $7 an hour and I've worked my way up. Okay, so now, because I've been doing it for a long time, I can charge a lot more. I have control over my income, my schedule, and my life, and I'm building something for myself that I can that can help to look after me and my family. Okay, so would it change your life if you could start earning an income from the comfort of your home or from anywhere in the world? Like literally, you pick up your laptop or you pick up your tablet, your iPad, and off you go, traveling or doing whatever you needed to do and fitting in your teaching along the way. Drop a hell yes in the comments if you're ready and excited to achieve this for yourself. And maybe while you are doing that, tell me the reasons why you want to teach online. Like, what is the reason why you want to do it? Do you want more time freedom? You want more time to spend with your family? I like those hell yeses. They look so good. And that's what you want to do. You want to fire yourself up and really want to achieve that goal for yourself. There's nothing better than the freedom is great. Okay, time freedom. And eventually be at home and take care of my son. That is such a good goal to have. I have one of my clients as well. She also wants to be at home to help take care of her child. When you take your laptop and go on holiday, do you carry your backdrop as well? I don't actually. I just say, most of my students will say, oh, where are you today? Like, and then I'll say, okay, no, I'm at this place. Okay. And they like to actually see something different. So I'll just like choose like a plain background or something just for that short time. But if you were going traveling like for like permanently, or you were traveling the world, you people do take their backdrops with them. Like they roll up the backdrop and then and they put it up wherever they are busy teaching. But it just depends like how long you're going to be doing it for. Okay. I think some of you have joined us a little bit later than when we started, but you can catch up on the first bit. It's just we've just done the basic introductions. But maybe if you haven't let us know where you're from yet, just pop it in the comment box where you are tuning in from. I think so far everyone here is from South Africa. That would be great for us to see. Okay, so an online teaching business, okay, this is when you create a business for yourself, is your ticket to freedom as a teacher. You can escape the teaching trap that maybe you're currently in if you're a traditional teacher. You can create a life by your own design, exactly like you want to. You can design it. And I would definitely go out and think about your reasons why you wanting to do it, and how you want to work, and how many hours you want to work, and what days you want to work, and create your own like schedule and what you're actually looking at to do. You can earn more than you could while working for someone else. And you experience, okay, great. More people. Olga's from South Africa and Lani is from South Africa too. Okay. And you can experience true freedom. Okay. You can teach what you're passionate about and you can build a legacy. Like for me, I love teaching kids. That's like my passion. And so that's kind of what I do. I have a couple of adult students, not too many, because it's just not like I'm happy to teach adults, but I love teaching kids and I like teaching young children. So I probably will teach children ages 3 to 10 is my group that I like. But I do have a few teenagers and I have a couple of adults as well. But you can basically, when you're working for a company, you can't really choose who you teach, okay, because you're part of a company. You get who you get. But once you start working at like a marketing platform, or you start getting private students, then you can start looking at like niching down and thinking about who do you want to teach. You want to teach kids? Do you want to teach business English? You want to teach travel English? Like you can really niche down and look at what you're wanting to do and add that in. Okay, but when you do start off at like someone was at Palfish, like maybe Palfish has got like the kids section and they have the other section. So you would get whoever they give you in the kids section. But some other places, adults and kids are all mixed together. So you wouldn't know, like sometimes you might have a children's lesson, sometimes you might have an adult's lesson. So you get who you get when you're working for a company. But as soon as you start getting more experience and you move on to a marketing platform, or you're teaching private students, you can choose who you want to teach. Okay, so let's look at why people have limited, like it's a human trait, okay, to have a limiting belief. And often we think, okay, I don't have the skills or I don't have the knowledge to do something. I don't have the knowledge or the skills to start teaching online. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to learn about this business. I'm just not cut out for being an online teacher. Okay, or maybe you have thought, okay, I need to have lots of qualifications and degrees to start my own business because I don't want to always teach at a company. I want to eventually have a teaching business. I need to have a degree in this and I need to have a degree in that. And like maybe that holds you back as well. Or maybe you have a limiting belief number 3, and a lot of people do have this one. And that is that they believe that now is not the right time to start your teaching business. Like, I'm going to start next year, or I'm going to start tomorrow, I'm going to start next month. And you just keep it putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. I don't have the right time now. Having an online business is risky, or I just don't have the money to start an online business. I don't have the money to start an online business. Okay, so let me know. Have any of you ever wanted to really get started, but you have all these limiting beliefs in your head that goes around and around and actually stops you from getting started? It depends. Um, so some people, okay, Winnie, that is always okay. I don't know where to begin. I don't know how to get myself. I always doubt myself. I have an online business, but kind of hits a brick wall. Okay. Is that an online teaching business, Tina? Okay. So do you have private students then? Okay, not yet. Okay. I wanted to answer this. Olga says, okay. When you teach like for a company, you might get the same students that book you, but it depends on the company's policies and how they work. Like let's just take Magic Ears for instance. They have group lessons of like four children in a class, in a lesson, and so you never really get the same students that come to you. You get whoever they give you. Okay, and a lot of places work like that. But some places have, like, if a student comes and they like you, they may book you again and again and again. But when you work at a marketing platform like Amazing Talker, italki, Preply, those kind of places, you're going to get students that are going to buy packages from you, and they're going to stay with you for a while if they like you. And obviously, if you have private students, then they are going to be with you for a long time. Like I've had some private students that have been with me for like 5 years already. They were so small when they started, and now they like big. They're starting to, not big, but they've grown up. Okay, so like maybe they were. I think one of my students, Daisy, she was about 5 years old when she started lessons with me, and she couldn't speak English at all, and she's just turned 10. Okay. I just want to let this person in. Let me just check these messages before we go. Struggling with confidence. Okay. Candice, I think confidence comes with time. Like the more you do something, the more confident you become. Like for me, I thought when I started, this is going to be a piece of cake because I taught before, like how hard can it be teaching online? But then when you go there and you see all these, when you work for a company and you get fined and all these kind of things happen, then it's like easy to lose confidence. But I do really believe that like the more you do something, the better you're going to get at doing it, and the more confident you're going to get at doing it. Also, like if you get prepared before you do something, like I wasn't prepared when I started. Like I had no one that showed me, and I was just thrown in the deep end and had to swim. Like, but if you have someone that actually shows you the way, it becomes a lot easier. But I think a lot of people struggle with their confidence. Okay, so if you are serious about becoming an online teacher, then you have to have the willingness to learn the skills and the knowledge and to implement it in your own journey. And I think that's also a thing, okay? Like sometimes we go and we learn all of this knowledge and we learn how to do things, okay? But then we don't actually take it and we don't implement it. Like you can go do a course or you can go learn a whole lot of different things. But if you don't actually take your knowledge and you don't actually go and implement it and actually go and do it, then you're going to stay exactly where you were, even though you have had all of this training. Yes, they have a good curriculum, Poonam. You pay a monthly subscription to a Bridge Academy, and then you have access to their curriculum. I think they've got like, I don't know, 400 lessons or more that they have on there. And I know that Katie, she adds on a lot of lessons like every month. So yeah, they are definitely a good place for curriculum if you are looking for curriculum. But you are in my membership. I have got quite a lot of stuff under in the classroom under resources, and I'm going to be adding some more things there. So you could take some of that stuff and make some of your own lessons from those as well. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, and you have to, like, when things get tough and difficult in the beginning, you have to have that willingness to like really get going, and to like push through that difficult part in the beginning. And it's so worth it. Like once you get past that difficult stage, you're going to see how much easier it becomes. That it's not like so stressful in like as in the beginning, and you're going to actually really enjoy doing it. This is like one of my favorite mottos here, like dream big, make it happen, work hard. Okay. All of those ones, like think about something, a quote or something that means something to you and put it up. So when things get tough, you can look at that quote and think, okay, this is what I need to do to get myself going and to get myself started. Okay. So there's different types, like I've been talking a bit about it as we've been going along, but there's different types of teaching online. Okay. So you have to find what works for you. Okay. And that's like an important thing. I would definitely say if you are new, you've never taught before, and you haven't been in the online industry before, then teaching for an online school and a company is like is a good thing. Okay. So places like Palfish, and I'm just using that because Magic Ears, all of those kind of places, Nova Kids, you could take any of those places like that. You're working for a company. I started at Kasak, okay, where they pay you like $7 an hour. I think it's maybe $8 an hour now. I'm not sure. And it's a good place to get a little bit of experience in the beginning. So like you have to choose where do you want to start teaching. Okay, and when you work at an online school, it's nice because they're giving you a bit of support. They're finding the students for you. And you're getting all your technical stuff is sorted. They're sorting out your payments for you. They're paying you. You don't have to think about any of those things. Okay, then you have, and it's program-based teaching, okay, where they're going to give you the program. They're going to give you the curriculum, and you just show up for your classroom and you teach. You open up the classroom and your work is there already loaded on for you most of the time. Okay, so you start to get used to all the programs that they use so that you understand what they are busy using. And you can just show up and you can just teach. Okay, then you have teaching on an online platform or teaching on a marketing platform. Okay, so this is like a step up. This most of the time you're going to need. Preply has a little bit of their own curriculum as well that you could use, but sometimes it's not sufficient, okay, for some of your students. So you would probably need to have some of your own curricula as well. Okay, Amazing Talker, you need your own curriculum. And so that's with a marketing platform or online platform. You have to market yourself on that platform. So you have to make sure that your profile looks really good, your introduction video is good, and you have to provide your own materials. Okay, so your own curriculum. You can set your own rates. You can choose how much you want people to pay you, and you can choose your own hours. Okay, and then that can be a mixture between program-based teaching, or it can be like session-based teaching where they are going to buy a certain amount of sessions from you, and that's how they are, and they're going to do those with you. Okay, whereas with an online school, it's more like a program that they do, so they can go to any teacher and do that same program. Okay, they all can go from you to another teacher and choose whoever they want to go to. Whereas that kind of marketing platform, they're going to buy a certain amount of lessons with you, and if you teach it independently, they're going to buy a certain package from you as well, depending how you work out your thing. Like for me, I have packages of like 10 lessons, 20 lessons, and 40 lessons, 25 minutes and 50-minute lessons, so they can choose what they want to, and they will buy a package or a program from me, and then they will stay with me for that amount of time, and then renew it when that's finished. Okay. So let's have a look at why do people want to become an online teacher? Like why is there a need for it? There is like a growing need still now today for the language of English, okay? Because it's a global recognized language. English has become the universal language. I was chatting to one of my business students that I have, and I was like asking him, why do you want to learn English? And he said to me, like, it's so important in his role as a CEO of a company that he can speak English well, because he is part of a global organization. And even though they have branches in like Southeast Asia, they have branches in Europe, they have branches in South America and in America, they have to communicate with everybody. Everybody speaks a different language from all the different places. So the common language that everybody has is English. So everybody needs to learn English and be able to communicate well in English, to be able to do meetings in English. So it's so important for business, tourism, and even for academia. Okay, so many non-English speaking countries recognize the importance of English proficiency for economic growth and for global competitiveness. As a result, the demand for ESL teachers have been increasing worldwide. Okay, a lot of people say it's oversaturated, but it's not. You have to just stand out from the rest of the crowd. It's like that is an important thing. Okay, let's go on. Okay, so opportunities to make it, like, there's really a great opportunity to make a difference on a student's life. Okay, you can really impact them. You play an important role in helping them to develop their language skills and to enhance their confidence in English. By teaching English, you can empower students to pursue further education, career opportunities, and cross-cultural connections. And you can see how they progress over the years and over the months and or over the program that you have them, like how they are when they first start with you and how they really grow and develop and become more confident in English. And that's a really great feeling. Okay, so then, and you have the flexibility as an online teacher to choose your working hours and your location. You can literally work part-time, full-time, or even as a freelance ESL online teacher. So online teaching platforms enable you to teach from anywhere in the world, and they give you the freedom and flexibility. What are you looking at working part-time, full-time, or just every now and then? Like, what are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to make this your full-time income? Full-time, okay. Full-time, okay. Yeah, so if you wanted to do like part-time Poonam, like your marketing platforms like Preply and stuff, you could, Yolani as well. You can definitely do that. Like, you could schedule the amount of hours that you have available. Like, so it would work with Preply, and it would work with Amazing Talker too, because there's not a set amount of hours that you have to really work for them per week. So you could schedule what you wanted to do, and then as you get more time, you can open more hours at a later stage. And you could and then you can just move over like that. Okay, but there is like a potential for career advancement and travel opportunities, and a lot of people go into this part. Like, online teaching can be a stepping stone to, like, Preply has a little bit of materials to teach, and Amazing Talker, you have to have your own materials. Okay, they don't give you anything. So you would need to get your own things for your lessons. Okay, so you could become a curriculum developer. You could become a teacher trainer. You could become a mentor, an interviewer. You could travel. You could go and work in different countries. This is like really a stepping stone to a whole lot of different things that you could become. Maybe you could even open your own online school eventually. Like, some people have gone to do that. Like that place that you were talking about, Poonam, a Bridge Academy. She started off as an online teacher, and then she developed her own curriculum for herself to use. And then she started selling her own materials, and now she's like quite a big company, and she makes an income from selling her own curriculum. But so this is like a stepping stone to getting ahead. Okay, so one of the most important things is writing a CV and a resume. It's so important to, and a lot of people just really skip on this and they just don't pay enough attention to it. And then you get chucked out before you've even made it past the first hurdle. So the importance of it, I can't stress it enough. Your resume is the first impression that people get of you. And so this is the chance that you have to try and stand out from the rest of the crowd. So a well-crafted resume can help you to stand out, and it can showcase your relevant qualifications and experience. It allows employers to quickly assess your suitability for the role and to see how you are going to be able to manage. Okay, so in it, you want to include relevant educational background, certification, and experience. Like start with your contact information at the top, like you would with a normal CV, including your full name, phone number, email address, and a LinkedIn profile if you have one. Include your educational background, highlighting any degrees or certificates that you have, and mention any specialized skills or knowledge that relates to the ESL teaching context, like you have experience with teaching 8 to 10-year-olds or whatever it is, or you have really good experience teaching students with special needs, or you have worked a lot with beginner with students who have English as a second language and English is their beginner English students. Okay, a lot of you that have taught in South Africa have been teaching anyway, ESL, because you always have a lot of students from a lot of different backgrounds and a lot of different languages that are in your class. Okay, so you would have already been teaching students from that has English as a second language, or even as a third language. Okay, you want to emphasize your accomplishments and your achievements in your previous roles, like include a section that highlights your previous teaching experience, mentioning the institutions or companies you've worked for before and how long you were employed with them for. Provide specific examples of accomplishments, such as implementing innovative teaching strategies, improving student performance, or even receiving positive feedback from students or from supervisors. Like these kind of things you can include in your resume. Quantify your achievements where possible, such as mentioning the number of students you've taught, or the percentage of students who improve their language skills, or how many hours you've taught. Like put it into a number. It like makes it more visible for them. And then you have to tailor your resume to match the requirements of the target job. Okay, so you'll see if you go and find a job that someone's advertising a job and it will say, these are the qualifications that you need or the requirements that you need to apply for this job. You need to take those requirements and you need to make sure that your CV matches those requirements. So you might need to tweak your CV every time before you send it into a particular company to make sure that you have whatever it says in the job description is in your actual CV. So identify whatever the key skills are, what the qualifications and the employer is seeking, and customize your CV accordingly. Use strong action verbs and use those measurable achievements to demonstrate your abilities. Okay, so there's lots of clean, professional templates that are out there. Just look for it and Google it, like a template for it, and then go through it, put in all your things, and then you need to go back afterwards and make sure there's no spelling mistakes and there's no grammar errors. Okay. Make sure that your resume is concise and doesn't go over 2 pages, because remember, you're probably not going to have people who are English speakers as a first language. So they're not native English speakers that are going to be looking at your CV. Okay, so it might be a Spanish person, it might be a Chinese person, it might be a Japanese person that is going to be reading your CV. Okay, they haven't got English as a first language. So you want to make sure that this isn't too long for them and you haven't got pages and pages of stuff, because they're probably going to just toss it out because it's too long for them to go through and to read, and they're just going to be overwhelmed by it. So make sure that you don't go past 2 pages. You need to fit everything in that you want to say into those 2 pages. And you can make yourself an outline. You can make yourself an outline of it, and then you can tweak it. Okay, so do your whole outline, and maybe it comes out to 3 pages or 4 pages. Then you can go and like tweak it and see where can you cut back, how can you cut down, so that you are ending up with only 2 pages on your resume. Okay, then once they like but they sometimes ask you to send your resume, and they ask you to send your self-introduction video together at the same time. Or sometimes they ask for your resume and then they'll ask you for your self-introduction video afterwards. Okay, depending on what company it is. Like sometimes there's different sections on the website where you have to upload everything. So you want to make sure that your CV is ready to go, that you don't have to, when you're needing to send something, suddenly you have to write a CV. So you can start now already writing your CV, and you can do your self-introduction video now as well. Both of these things are really important, and if you don't get these things right, you will not get a job, okay? They're going to just check it out before you've even gone past the first hurdle. You're not going to get to the demo lesson because you haven't gone past this stage. So the purpose of a self-introduction video is just to really get to know what you are like, because you're not going to be seeing them face to face. Okay, so it's often requested by employers during the hiring process to get a sense of your personality. Okay, so you have to have a bit of personality in it. You have to have a teaching style. You have to have communication skills. Okay, they want to see these things, like what are you like on camera. It allows you to showcase your enthusiasm, your professionalism, and ability to engage students effectively. A well-crafted self-introduction video can really improve your chances of securing a job. Okay, if you have a slapdash self-introduction video, I can probably guarantee you that they're not even going to let you go past that first stage. Okay, they're not going to want to hire you. They're not even going to bring you in for a demo lesson. So you have to make sure this is right. Okay, and you'll probably want to, like, I would say what you need to do is first you need to write everything out that you want to say. So like format your self-introduction video, and then you need to record, then you need to practice it. So read it and practice it and practice and practice and practice it. Because when you actually filming it, we don't want to see you reading it, right? And then you're going to film it, and then you can edit it, okay? A really good editing program is called Descript. It always changes the spelling. Okay, Descript, okay? You can write that down. Descript is, you have to pay for that editing program, but they give you a certain amount of, they give you 100 minutes of transcription, and I think it's 60 AI tools, okay, a month for free. Okay, so that will help you to upload your video. It's going to help you take out all the ums and ahs that you might say. It's going to take out any word gaps. You can take out word gaps with it. You can cut it and remove things out of it. So you could just talk for a certain amount of time, and then you could tweak your video after it. You can add in text with it. You can add in emojis. You can add in little pictures and stuff as well. So it's quite a good editing program to use, and it's not difficult to use. And it would give you enough minutes. The free plan would give you enough minutes to be able to do your self-introduction video on, and to do it nice and professionally. So make sure you make a note of that name. Okay. It does. No, you can upload your own pictures to add to the video if you want to add like something else of your own. But then there is like a section that you can, like a library of free videos and free emojis and free pictures that you can add onto your videos. So there is that as well. Or you can use your own. It's up to you. Okay, tips for recording a professional and engaging video. So introduce yourself confidently. Begin by stating your name, your educational background, and any relevant teaching experience that you have. Okay, here, think outside the box, okay? Can you use your own on the free version of the script? You can use your own. You just have to go to where it says project at the top. Okay, on the side, when you're going to the script, on the side at the top, there's one of the sections is called project. You click on project and you click upload, and then you can upload your own pictures, and then you will paste it onto whatever section. So you have to split it like you would do in TikTok if you were busy editing your thing. You have to split the sections, and then you can copy your things onto the section that you want it onto. I can put in where we can do a training on that actually in the membership. You are in the membership, so we can actually look at the script and how you can actually use it. We'll look at a little bit of editing for our self-introduction videos. Okay, so you need to briefly explain your passion for teaching and your love for language learning. Okay, and over here again, if you don't have any teaching experience, think outside of the box. Okay, I saw someone said earlier they taught in Sunday school. So think about, like, maybe not specifically saying you taught Sunday school, because maybe some people wouldn't like that if they're not from a Christian country or something like that. So you could use the age group that you taught and say that you've taught children once a week for 2 hours, ages 3 to 12 years or something like that, okay? Or add up the amount of hours that you've done using that and use that for your experience. Highlight relevant teaching experience and qualifications, like share details about any previous ESL teaching experience, including like your age groups, the proficiency levels you've worked with. Emphasize your certification, like you must say you've got a TEFL certificate and the organization that you did it through. Facilitation, yes, of course it does. Like any of those kind of things is like you're busy doing stuff where you're working with people, you're teaching them something, you're helping them. That's going to count as teaching as well. Okay, maybe you weren't a complete classroom teacher, but you've done all these other things. You've got to sometimes just think outside of the box. And people that have never been a teacher, maybe you worked in a bank or you've worked somewhere like that where you've had to train staff members. Okay, you'll only like really try and think about some time that you've done some kind of thing or in some kind of job that you've been in before, where you've had to train somebody, any kind of training, like you've trained adults. Okay, you've done like things with adults, you've had to teach them something. Okay, that's teaching someone some skills. Okay. Teach details about okay, so mention your certification. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. Like your TEFL and any other relevant teaching qualification. Again, here with the TEFL, make sure that you are going through a reputable company. People that have done like teacher record, it's red flagged, okay? So you think, okay, I'm doing this, it's free, and I'm not going, and that's great because I'm not having to pay out any money. But when you come to apply out for a job, they're going to see your certificate, maybe your certificate, you couldn't get a proper certificate for it, or they see it's teacher record and then they don't want to accept you. Okay, so make sure. So a lot of places look at like the cost of the actual course, and they judge that course according to how much you've actually paid for it. Okay, so if they see something that's like dirt cheap, they think, okay, this is not a good TEFL certificate, and they kind of red flag it and they don't accept it. So for us as South Africans, to pay like in dollars for something makes everything a lot more expensive. So we got to kind of find something that's like not dirt cheap, but it's also not expensive for us. Something like you have to find that middle ground, okay? And also you want to think about your TEFL is your training that's going to help you to really get a little bit ahead. Joyce, there is just a whole lot of different ones. I will send it out. When I send the replay out tonight, I'll send out a few of them. Okay, what you can also do is you can use you can go to ChatGPT as well, okay? Have you guys all got ChatGPT on your phones? If you don't have it, it's a good thing to have as an online teacher. Okay, so you can go to ChatGPT and you can put prompts in it. Okay, so you could say, name some TEFL certificates that are accepted to for online teaching companies. Online teaching companies that's affordable. That is affordable for South Africans. Let's see what it comes up with. And it says, good question. There's a number of TEFL or TESOL certificates that tend to be accepted by online teaching companies, and some are affordable for someone in South Africa. Okay, so most will accept a 120 hours certificate or higher. Here are some. Okay, so here's TEFL South Africa, offers 120 internationally recognized certificate. That's about 1,950 Rand online. The TEFL Academy, they have one course suited for online teaching. Level 3 is ideal for teaching online. It doesn't give a price for that one. Not sure what that price is for that one. That's called the TEFL Academy. Then there's the TEFL Institute. They have 120 an hour and 180. That's actually good for teaching online and also teaching for abroad. MBS Global Education Online TEFL. And that's about $1,477. And they have 120 hours, 150 and 160, which is quite affordable. Okay, so you could go in there and you could ask, and then you could tweak it and ask ChatGPT to like bring up more for you. You could put in the price range that you're looking for, and it will throw out a whole lot of different things. Okay, and you could check it and say, check and make sure that this is acceptable for different companies. Or if you have one company that you've already looked at that you think, okay, is this TEFL certificate going to be good enough? Go to your ChatGPT and say, I want to do this TEFL certificate. Please check if it is acceptable by online teaching companies. And it's going to throw up what all the reviews are and that. Okay, so it's definitely a helpful thing to have. Okay, so if you haven't downloaded it, download it. It's free. There's a whole free version. You don't have to pay for it. And you can get a lot of questions answered with that. So make sure you're checking all of those kind of things all the time. Okay. Showcase your enthusiasm for teaching and connecting with students, and express your genuine excitement for helping students learn. Okay. So you want to make sure that that comes out in the video as well. Share specific strategies or approaches that you use to motivate and engage students in the learning process. Keep the video concise and focused. Again, here you're looking at, you don't want to go for something that is going to bore the person that's busy watching it. And so you definitely don't want to go over 3 minutes, okay? And I would say you want to keep it like a minute to a minute and a half. Don't go over that. Some companies ask you for a 1 minute video. Some ask you for a minute and a half. Okay, so what I would do is, personally, I would have 1 or 2 or maybe 3 videos. I would do a 60-second 1 minute video, and I'd do maybe a 1.5 minute video, and I'll do like a kids video. I'll do a adults video that's aiming at adults, and I'll do one that's a combination for maybe both of them, so that you have all those self-introduction videos on hand. So when you apply for your job, you don't have to suddenly be put under pressure to now create a self-introduction video. You've got it on hand. You can just send it out with your application, and you don't even have to think about it, because I have a 60-second video. I have a 1.5 minute video. I have one for kids. I have one for adults. I'm good to go. Because sometimes when you apply for jobs, they want you to load all of these things at once. Make sure you're using good lighting and sound, and your background is appropriate. Use a microphone or a headset. Okay, don't use those earbuds. They don't like those things. Definitely don't use those. Choose a clean professional background that minimizes distractions, depending again who you're teaching. If you're teaching kids, you could have a kid-friendly background. If you're teaching adults, then you could have a plain background with maybe a bookshelf and a pot plant on it, or a couple of books, or a map of the world, or just a plain background, plain wall behind you. Okay. Your self-introduction video is an opportunity to make a positive impression on your potential employers. So be authentic, be engaging, and be professional throughout the video. Consider rehearsing your self-introduction video multiple times so that you feel more confident and more comfortable starting the recording. Don't let them see you looking to the side, reading something. That's not going to look very good, okay? So make sure you know it off by heart so that you can just be confident and you can talk about it. And as I said, like, even if you make a few mistakes, that doesn't really matter, because you're going to go into your editing program afterwards and you're going to fix your video so that you come out with a really good video afterwards. So you want to spend some time on doing the self-introduction video so you get it right. So as an online tutor, or teacher, I just want to clear this on here quickly. Okay, you want to ask yourself, how can I catch the eye of a potential online English student? So aside from having a headshot or a catchy description on your profile, you can really stand out from the sea of online teachers with a well-crafted introduction video. A lot of companies will take your video and will put it on their website, and that's how the people will see you to book classes with you, okay? If you're working for a marketing platform like Preply, or you're working for italki or Amazing Talker, this introduction video is going to get you your students because it actually goes on your profile. You have to upload it, and that's how the students, again, choose to see you. If you are going to be doing private students, people are going to ask you to send them a little short video of yourself so they can see how you sound before they maybe book a trial class with you. So if you haven't got this introduction video yet, it's really important that you start to look at it and to try and get it right. Because then at least you know, okay, I can just get going. Like once I want to apply, for a job, everything is up and running and getting good. A link for Jennifer. What are you looking for? A link for? Okay. Let me see. Okay, so that self-introduction videos are okay. And online ESL classes are completely different to a classroom-based lesson, okay? Because in a classroom-based lesson, students have the chance to meet you in person and to talk to you. Yet when you promote online classes, interested learners still want to see you. They still want to hear you. They still want to know who you are. They want to know who their teacher is and what they actually look like. And the best way to do this is through a video. And so even independent tutors or teaching marketing website profiles all have self-introduction videos. Okay. These are like 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so these are your videos that we have told you about. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to really make sure that you're conveying your message quickly. You want to spotlight your key qualifications through the video, and this is going to be a time saver for people. Okay, so they want to have a look at this and see, okay, this teacher, I really like her. I like the way she looks. I like the way she sounds. I like what she's going to offer me. All in that short amount of time. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're building a connection, like you're introducing yourself through the video. It's a great way to build rapport with your students, whether it's because of your friendly persona or because of how specialized you are in something. Okay, so there's unlimited possibilities for you to connect with future learners. Okay, so let's look at some tips for these introduction videos. Okay, be confident, showing a friendly persona. Make sure you're friendly. Radiate that positive energy. Make your student feel welcome. Make them feel comfortable. Okay, speak clearly and speak slowly. Okay, South Africans speak very fast. Speak slowly. Most of your viewers will be non-native English speakers who are not yet fluent in the language, so you should pronounce your words correctly, and you should use simple language. Okay, body language matters too. Use natural, friendly facial and body gestures while you're speaking, and a relaxed environment, and it turns your self-introduction video from a simple speech into a really warm invitation for your students. Make sure that you look presentable in the video. Wear appropriate clothing. Okay, you don't need to look like someone that's a corporate person, okay, unless you are aiming at like a corporate, you want corporate clients, okay. Show up in clothes that you can wear to like actually teach in an actual classroom. Also, if your target students are children, and that's why I have a few of these blue shirts, I have a few pink shirts, and a few like green colored ones, okay. So I always want to make sure that I'm wearing like bright clothing, kid-friendly colors, and don't wear dark clothing when you're teaching students. Actually, in the beginning, when I first started teaching, I had this like olive green sweater, and I wore it once, and I actually got a complaint and a fine for it. So since then, I've always worn really like bright colors that haven't made me look like I'm scary because I'm wearing something too dark. Okay. Check that you have a clean online teaching background, and record yourself in a tidy room, and stay away from any distractions that might be behind you. Okay, don't wear clothes that are the same color as your background. Okay, so if you have a white wall behind you, make sure you're not wearing like something white that you're going to blend into the wall. You want to stand out. You must write that script beforehand that you're going to practice, but you don't want to see people reading it, okay? So you want to try and speak naturally when you are busy recording it. Light pink or cerise pink, okay? So like, just try and like think about what kind of clothing that you do have, and just try and, when you're doing your video, try and dress appropriately for your video. That also does really make a difference. Okay, and then lastly, finally, why should the students choose you? Like, engage your prospective students by leaving them with a reason they should book lessons with you. Whether it's just for fun that you're going to have in the classroom, or there's a special, some kind of methodology that you use, point out why. Why are you the best teacher for that student? Maybe you can pop it in the comment box. Why do you think you would be the best student? Why would you be the best teacher for a student? What makes you unique? Like, think about it. What would you say? Is it for the fun you're going to have in the class? Is it for that you're caring, that you're patient, kind? What reason would a student want to come to you and would want to stay with you? Like, what do you think would make you stand out? If you can think of a reason, pop it in the comment box. Let's see what you have to say. Okay, so what you want to do then is patience and fun. Nice. I like that. Good, Winnie. Reviewing your video. So it's normal not to create a perfect introduction video for teaching online in your first recording. Okay, before you film your final video, practice it a few times and see if you like the trial output. Check if you need to correct anything, and make sure to stick to the guidelines mentioned earlier that we've been talking about. It also helps if you show your video to a fresh set of eyes. So go and show it to a family member or show it to a friend and ask them to like really give you proper feedback. Don't be just say, oh, it's wonderful, it's amazing. Like, you want genuine feedback from it. Okay, you want them to offer advice on how to improve your video. so that you can really have the best video. Okay, then you want to save and share your video, because you're going to have to save it and you're going to have to share it. So once you've done your final recording, you're ready to upload it to the web. Okay, so first store your video in the format of your choice. The most popular ones are MP4, MPEG-4, or the MOV. Okay, then choose a platform you want to share your video on. Like a lot of online teachers usually upload theirs to YouTube or Vimeo. Okay, and then you can make it unlisted. Okay, so only people that have the link are going to be able to see it. Okay, so make sure if you want it to be public, then you want to like change it. Okay, and if you want everybody to see it, but if you want it to be unlisted, then make sure that you've got it like that, because each company will tell you how they want you to do it. Okay, very easy to do. You would have to create a YouTube channel to do that, and then once you created a channel, you just press create and you upload your video. But Poonam, we can go through the Descript and we can go through the YouTube thing, and we'll make it all as one training session, I think, because I have had that question from a lot of different people as well that are in the membership. So maybe our next training, we will definitely look at that. Okay. So no, but you probably still have questions like what payment gateways are best to use? How do I find students? How do I find a curriculum? And which software do I use? Do I teach for an online school or do I teach for a marketing platform? These are all the questions. Okay, so would you like to have someone who can help you and guide you over every obstacle so that you can build your thriving online teaching business and attract higher paying clients while using proven methods and strategies so that you can finally start living life on your terms as a teacher? Okay, so you got option number one. You can try and go this alone with no guidance, no support from an expert, or this runs the risk of you struggling to lay a solid foundation. And maybe it takes you a lot longer to get to where you want to get, okay? But you may get there eventually. Okay, or option two, you can 100% commit to taking action and changing the way that your life is going by becoming a successful online teacher so that you can claim back your power and your freedom as a teacher. Like for me, I've done a lot of courses in the last few years, like while teaching online. I've done a life skills course. I've done a mentoring course. I've done like a whole lot of different things to really help me and to prepare me to go in the direction that I'm wanting to go in. Like sometimes you have to just like get other people to help you so that you can head in the direction that you are wanting to go. Okay, so you can either choose to go it alone or you can choose to have someone to help you. Okay, so this is my membership that I have. I used to only do courses with people and do like 6-week courses and all different kinds of courses, how to create lessons, all those kind of things. But now I've got a membership. Okay, so Teach English with KathyB is like a one kind of membership. It's a program. Sorry. That shows you exactly how to start your own online teaching business by providing you step-by-step systems, guidance, and support to get you started the right way. We remove all the guesswork and uncertainty that comes with the territory so you can become a successful online teacher with ease and confidence. Okay, so what I've done is I've added in in the monthly membership, you'll see that I just finished doing a 21-day challenge, so that's all loaded in there. So even if you come late to the membership, like if you join afterwards, that doesn't matter because you can go back onto all the things that's all loaded in there already, and you can start the 21-day challenge in your own time, where you can go through the 21-day challenge. Okay, and also the membership has my Let's Get Hired course in it, and you can go through that in your own time as well. There's everything in it that is there to help prepare you to get employed as an ESL teacher. It teaches you how to create a teaching brand that stands you out and attracts the right people, how to ace your interviews with our daily tasks, how to build a solid foundation for your online teaching business using proven methods. You're going to know how to build a successful resume. I will check it for you. I will give you tips on how to improve it. You can learn how to create a successful career as a teacher, and you can learn how to update your profile and stand out from the crowd. Okay, so we're going to be looking at that in the next couple of weeks. Like if you go to marketing platform, how do I create my profile, and how do I create it to stand out from the rest of the crowd? Okay, we're going to look at how to apply for teaching positions with actual confidence. Okay, you get 2 monthly coaching sessions, teacher templates, tools, resources. There's some curriculum in there as well, monthly challenges, supportive community of online teachers. We're going to be doing a 5-day boot camp starting on the 1st of December. I can't believe it's December already. Okay, so inside the membership club, you get weekly content drops. Each week, you'll get new, easy-to-follow lessons, tips, strategies focused on topics like how to find students, market yourself online, create great lessons using teaching platforms effectively. Everything is designed to help you take action and see results, okay? And everything gets loaded into the classroom. There's a classroom section, and into the classroom, everything gets loaded every week. So I'm going to sit tonight, and I'm going to load a whole lot of new things in that I've got planned. And so that will drop in there tonight. Daily motivation and focus, starting every day with a positive mindset. Okay. Twice a month, you're going to have live coaching calls and Q&A sessions. Okay, these are relaxed. And I've been talking to Poonam about she's wanting help with maybe looking at how to edit a video. So we can look at that in one of our upcoming calls that we're going to be having. Okay, and every second month, we have a biannual guest speaker that comes in. Maybe they're going to come and talk about business, how to do an online business, how to share practical advice, how to go building your student base or improving your teaching skills or creating a digital product. Okay, so those are all the kind of things we'll be looking with that. Every week, there's more templates that get added, checklists, lesson plans, startup guides. Okay, there's just like so much stuff that's getting added in all the time. I've even got rewards and stuff for students. I'm glad, Poonam. You must always just ask. If you need something specific, you guys have to just ask for what you actually need in the membership. Okay, so you're going to meet friendly, like-minded teachers who share their experience and answer questions and encourage one another. Okay, so it's a safe, and I want it to be a safe, positive place for people to learn and to grow together. Okay, no negativity towards other people, other members. Like, we don't stand for that in the membership. Okay, so everybody has to feel like this is a safe space for them to share and to grow. It costs $25 a month for it, monthly payment, which is about, I don't know what the exchange rate is today. I haven't actually looked at what the exchange rate is today, but it's about 420 Rand or 430 Rand. I haven't looked what the exchange, I think the exchange rate isn't very high at the moment. Okay, and I will, when we go off here, I will put the link in just once I've stopped my share screen. Okay, so it also includes 6 modules of the Let's Get Hired course, which is the course that I used to do. And I used to do that as a live course, but now it's just I've loaded it into the membership so you can go through it in your own time. Okay, so it's things like introduction to the teaching world, developing important skills and checklists, problem shooting, achieving success, demo lessons, teaching platforms, all together with the 6 modules. It's something like 100 videos or something that you can go through, and you can definitely look at the video and go and implement it then after that. Okay. And okay, it was 430 when I did this, and it was the time before it was 450. So it kind of fluctuates, okay, but it is $25 is the set rate because of the fluctuation. Okay, so you get personal guidance all the time. Okay, the 21-day challenge is done, but we're going to be doing the 5-day work boot camp plus all the other extra things we're going to be doing. You're going to help to overcome the uncertainty of learning how to move forward, the fear of failure. You're going to develop a strong skill set and mindset, and how to stop trading many hours for only a few dollars and being stuck in the same teaching cycle day in and day out. Okay, sometimes we want to do something and we think, phew, but it's difficult to do it, okay, because maybe I feel like I don't have time to spend with my family or loved one, and I'm going to be doing all this extra stuff. But this is just to really get you going and move you along your way and give you a little bit of support and a little bit of guidance on like really how to grow and how to get everything sorted so that you can get the perfect job out there that's going to really help you to get started. Okay. I am going to go and I'm going to stop the share at the moment. So these are just some limiting beliefs that people have. Okay. And once again, there's the cost. And I am going to stop the share. And I'm just going to quickly get the... There you all are. Hello, everybody. And Candice, you got your camera open. Well done on that. That's what I like to see. Okay, guys, we've got, I'm going to have a 10-minute Q&A now. So anyone that wants to ask, I'm just quickly getting that link quickly for the membership. Anyone that wants to ask any questions, you're welcome to pop it in there and I will answer it for you. Okay, let me go back to here. Here is the link for the membership, but it is in all your videos as well. Okay, it's good to have your camera open, Candice, because I'm not trying to embarrass you, but it's a good thing to kind of get used to seeing yourself on camera because it's kind of overwhelming in the beginning. And when you teach online, I think one of the things that's really scary is to see yourself on camera. Like I'm so used to it now because I've done so many lessons, but I know in the beginning, it was one of the most scariest and daunting things for me was to see myself on camera. Well, I just wanted to die, but now it's like a lot easier. Okay, do you guys have any more questions or have I answered everyone's questions? I'm just looking to see who else wants any questions. I'm going to be sending the replay out with this so that you guys will be able to go through it in your own time again. Like especially like the self-introduction videos, you can go through it all again and you can stop it and start it and make some notes and try and implement that into your self-introduction video. Okay. Good job, everybody. Thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for joining us. And I will pop out that replay tonight. It was really great. Okay, good. Good night to everybody. Have a good night. And I will see you all soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.